Seems that we're back, right? Well, that's weird. I don't really understand that. I don't understand that because... Wait, are you gonna try to reconnect now? You can't be that serious, right? Because this shit seems to be bugged. No, it seems that it's not... Yeah, it didn't try to reconnect. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this. But yeah, it seems that we are back. I don't know for how long though, because usually when this happens, there tends to be another... I don't really get it. It's a little bit weird, but whatever. For now, I guess I'm just gonna keep going and pretend that nothing happened. Anyways, how is it going, everyone, again? I don't get it. That's usually on Twitch, though. Usually Twitch is, you know, it's Twitch. Anyways, so let me see. I mean, I've been still trying to do this trash for a pretty long time, and there is no progress, so it's not like we missed anything. But yeah. Anyways, let me see. What was I talking about before this shit happened? Because I completely forgot. Was it something important? Probably not, right? Something about 1945. Oh yes, the fact that... Yeah, Transformers and shit. The point is, you gotta play that game. That's what's important. Play that game, you won't regret it. Okay, World War III. But yeah, Strikers 1945, it's a pretty good game. You should definitely try it if you like Danmaku games, though. Still, keep in mind, it's one of those Danmaku games that the hitbox is not a small hitbox. This hitbox is the entirety of... Well, not literally the entirety of the sprite, but it's incredibly big. So, keep that in mind, because... Yeah, that's probably an important detail to know. If you try to play that game like it's Toho, you might be in trouble. I mean, you are gonna be in trouble. Said that actual K World War II shoot 'em up is called Ketsui. Oh, I was talking about Dodonpachi. Well, Ketsui... Yeah, I guess Ketsui will be more believable. Ketsui will be more believable. Yeah, I can dig that. It will be something that... I mean, it makes sense at least. Well, I mean, it makes sense in the fact that, you know, it makes more sense than Dodonpachi at least. That's what I'm trying to say. Though, you know, the thing is, World War III is not gonna have any of that. I mean, that's the fucked up thing. Because, you know, war, like, well, here's the thing. What people used to call modern warfare, which is basically soldiers using automatic rifles and tanks and all that shit, that still exists. Especially in countries that are not that developed, that still exists. But if there were to be something like a World War III, that's not what they will use. Well, I mean, that's something that everyone knows. It will be something like, you know, a nuclear warhead against, you know, missiles flying and anti-missiles also flying. It will be pretty shitty, honestly. Wouldn't really bring anything new to the table, and it will still be as devastating as any war. A lot of people like to think that World War III, if it eventually happened, it will completely eliminate Earth, but that's not really the case. It will just eliminate the countries that are involved. Yeah, maybe it will make it shittier for the other countries that are there because of all the nuclear pollution and shit. I don't think it will be the end of humanity, as a lot of people like to say. Yes, as even Einstein want to say. Einstein is that guy that say that World War III will basically, you know, make humanity go back to the Stone Age. But, you know, I don't think that's gonna happen. If World War III even happens. I really don't think World War III will even happen. What will be the reason? There is no way the reason justifies the amount of loss that a war of that magnitude is gonna, you know, is gonna take. So yeah, I'm one of those that really think that World War II is never gonna happen. Even though a lot of people like to hype it up because they want to see the world in flames. I understand them, that they want to see the world in flames because, you know, there's probably nothing more interesting happening in their lives. I understand that sentiment, but the thing is, chances of it happening are pretty low. Like, really low. So yeah. Okay. So, what's the deal here? It's so hard to do that. It's so hard. But I think the trigger is a lot more to the left than I thought. The trigger for that trap seems to be around here. So if it's around here, what I have to do when I'm jumping here is basically go to the right a little bit, right before the, like right below the spike while I'm falling, and then double jump to the left. All of that while trying not to die from the spike or trying to touch these anti-jump boxes. So it's gonna be hard. But I think that's the way to do it. Then from the ashes new world will arise. Yeah, but you know, that's again just people that want something interesting to happen because they can't make anything interesting happening themselves. Again, I understand that. It's not like I'm condemning them, but I'm just saying that it's not gonna happen. So, you know. Huh. It will be pretty funny if something like that eventually happens, and if internet is alive by then, someone picking up this phrase and being like, huh, that commentary didn't age pretty well. But nah, it's just not gonna happen, bro. Like, come on. But then again, in the small chance that it happens, it won't be the end of humanity like a lot of people think. It will just be a pretty bad time for every country involved, that's it. Well, that's it, yeah, that's pretty big, but I mean, humanity will go on. Now, I wonder, speaking of going on, I wonder if I will be able to go on with this fucking game, because I've been sitting on this screen for literally an hour now, plus the 10 minutes that I was trying it yesterday, so Jesus Christ. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. But this is a hard screen. And as I always say, the question is this gonna be the last screen of the level? I hope so, but I have my doubts. Damn it. Man, that thing that says that I'm disconnected and that it's gonna reconnect in 1 second is so distracting. And it says it for no reason. Because OBS is trash. Well, no, sorry, I didn't mean to say that OBS is trash. I meant to say that OBS is sometimes trash. The problem with OBS is that it seems like the error recovery is pretty bad. Like, it feels like OBS thinks that everything will go right. Like, everything's gonna be alright. Network problems are not an issue. Okay, there we fucking go, Jesus Christ, and it's not even the last screen, can you believe that? It's not even the last screen, it's not even... You came right in time, yeah, it seems like you came right in time. How is it going, Mr. Oldham? Yeah, I mean, you came right in time because I was trying that shit for literally an hour to no avail. So yeah, progress, I know, right? By the way, I know that this question is probably a little bit unnecessary because you probably already would have said something if it wasn't the case, but is the stream going fine? Because I know that even if that OBS message that I'm seeing is bullshit, I still want to make sure that everything is going fine. Because you never know, especially after shitty disconnections like this. You never know. Progress. Well, I hope it is going fine. Then again, what could go wrong, right? Well, a lot of things could go wrong, honestly. It's pretty funny. I remember yesterday talking about my old ass Smash streams. Right? Back when I used to stream Smash, I didn't even have a camera or anything. But the most important thing is I didn't even have a second monitor. So basically everything that happened, like if the stream frame dropped or something like that, it was basically, you know, it was impossible to know. Because I didn't have any way of looking at OBS while I was playing games. Long time ago when Gabby wasn't streaming shoot 'em ups. Yeah, I mean, as I always mention, the first game I streamed is Mega Man 11 when it released. I didn't even have a camera. I mean, it literally wasn't the first stream. it was the first stream with a microphone. There were some test streams before that where I played Osu. Funnily enough, can you believe that? I played Osu. But yeah, those were test streams more than anything. I mean, now you say Osu, Lul and everything. I'm pretty sure you also played it, motherfuckers. I'm pretty sure you tried to get at least to 5 digits of rank, so don't try to hide that from me. I didn't? Yeah. Yeah, that's what they all say. I didn't drink from this water pond. Yeah. Yeah, sure you didn't. I try and drop it like it's hot, huh? When the pimp's in the crib, man. Yes. The classic. So I can dance game on it as much as I want. I mean, Osu is not a bad game. It's just that it's pretty... Well, I was about to say something that is pretty stupid, so I think I better not say it. I was about to say that Osu is a good game, but it's pretty hard to have fun, but that's kind of like the opposite of a good game. So yeah, maybe it's not a good game, now that I think about it. Well, it is what it is. It is a game, I know that much. That's as far as I know. It is definitely a game. It's easy to have fun dance gaming on it. Well, that's because it's an easy game to talk shit about, because even Osu fans talk shit about that game. It's like a game that everyone hates, including the people that play it. So yeah, talking shit about it is pretty fun because everyone is into it. Even top players are into it. It's pretty nice. So yeah, of course you can enjoy talking shit about a game like that. But you know, as much as I like talking shit about Osu, I feel like at some point I kinda wanna play it again. I mean, obviously not to get good, because getting good on it will mean breaking my left hand. And I mean, you know, that's not a good thing. So I will at least try to have fun with what I can play, with songs that are on my level and not any higher than my level. So that way my hand will be in perfect condition, but I will be able to have fun. Man, this shit keeps on fucking going, dude. What's wrong with this stage? It feels like this stage has been longer than all of the game so far combined. Like, it feels like the first tutorial stage, the first world and the second world. Well, those three things, they feel like they were the same amount of time as this shit. You need that left hand for other stuff. You know, funny that you mentioned that. Well, I probably shouldn't get into detail. So anyways, yes, it's a problem. It is a problem. I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna enter into detail, but all I'm gonna say is that I had to change my habits because of Osu. That's all I'm gonna say. Interpret that whatever you want. Wait, this is another screen, but it... Oh... Oh, it's a scrolling screen. Oh, this is bad because... Okay. Yeah, this is a problem because this is supposed to be played on Windows. Oh man, this fucking game, dude. How can you fuck it up that much? Alright, give me a second. Give me a second because otherwise this stage is gonna be literally impossible. And I can't even shrink this. Okay. Alright. Let's do it like this. Let me close the game. Open it again. Shit, dude. The screen support for this game is so trash that I can't believe it. Yeah, you just can't believe it. Alright. I will have to play this on Windows, and that's a problem because the platforming and everything is gonna be way harder here. Okay, whatever. So, let's do this. So, I'm playing on Windows mode right now. So you can probably gonna see me. You're probably gonna see me die a lot. Well, more than usual, I mean. Because this, as I said, it's supposed to be a scrolling stage. And this is gonna be a shit show. This is definitely gonna be a shit show. Can barely even shoot this shit. Oh, 2 switches. Alright. I don't even know what they do. But I'm assuming that I have to press them. Oh, there is also a switch in the middle. This game was a shit show since the beginning. The thing is that the game is cool. The problem is that whoever made it doesn't... I don't know. I don't know what to say because honestly, if you were able to make all of this, why can you make a fucking option to play this on full screen? How is that so hard? It's like, I mean, you already done the hardest part, which is making the whole game. So I don't know, bro. I kinda wanna know what happens if I completely ignore the switches. Well, I don't know what I expected to happen, but yeah, that's what happens if you ignore the switches. But you know. But yeah, according to Yami, that's a problem that a lot of fun games have. A lot of fun games don't have basic options that every game should have for some reason. I don't know why. But the fact is that they don't have it, so yeah, that's the issue. Wow, that still killed me. Nice. I mean, maybe it's the fact that Game Maker doesn't give you the tools to do that. Maybe it's not the fault of the people that make the game, but the fault of Game Maker. Then again, I never use Game Maker, so I have no idea. But maybe Game Maker is not that that good for doing shit like that. But maybe that's also giving a little bit too much credit to the creators. I don't know. You tell me. What do you say, Yami? Because I have not used Game Maker, so I don't know how hard or how easy it is to you know, to make a full screen option and a key binding option. Because if there are other games that have it, I will assume that it shouldn't be that hard to do, right? I don't know. The issue is that also, according to Yami, most of the games are like this. Like no full screen support, no key binding support, like all of that shit. Do it yourself. Alright, well, at least we got to the net save. There we go. Oh, what the fuck is this? Though honestly, that doesn't look that hard. I think I should overreacted there. Because that seems to be completely static, right? Yeah, that seems to be completely static. Well, even being static, dodging this might be a little bit of a challenge. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. There is still more, obviously. Wow, I could actually do that. Sadly, that thing is spinning the other way. Fuck. Damn it. Another funny thing is that this level could have been, or sorry, this stage could have been its own fun game. Like, this stage is so long that it basically has the length of a fun game. Well, a not so long fun game, I guess, but a fun game still. Okay, so that's how you do it, but after that, well, at least there is a save right after that, but Jesus, it just keeps going. It keeps on going. It just wants to keep going. I really wish there was no other scrolling section aside from the one at the beginning of the game, but yeah. Then you have this. But then again, the good thing about this scrolling section is that it's not forcing you to go fast. So you can take your time. I mean, you still have to infinite jump, but I mean take your time in the sense that you're not really going... like, you can chill like this if you want, even though you have to keep pressing the jump button. But it's better than nothing. Nice. Wait, why are there two of these? Oh shit. The fuck is that sound? Huh, alright. I guess it's because I have it already enabled or some shit like that. Well, I'm assuming that's the case. So there is a switch up there that I probably gotta hit. What did that even do? It did something to the left. Wow. Okay, maybe I have to fall down there. But I can do that without infinite jumping. Because I don't think I can. Oh, you're probably supposed to go... Oh, that's the reason why there are two buttons instead of one. Because you're supposed to go all the way up. Okay. So yeah, what unlocks is, yeah, okay, that block right at the middle. Nice trap. That was a nice trap. I mean, just like most of the other traps, I definitely did not expect it. So, good shit. Yeah, Aldo loves traps like those. Definitely likes them. You basically have to ignore the platform altogether. No, not yet. Now. That was beautiful. You know what's even more beautiful than the trap itself? The fact that it asked me to do a fucking diagonal jump. That's what's beautiful about this. A diagonal jump. No, you know, there is even something worse about this. The fact that you can't really go straight for the diagonal jump. The fact that you have to double jump here because otherwise the trap is not gonna trigger. Wow. Wow. That's pretty nice of you. Pretty nice. Oh, that hit me. See, for example, I probably wouldn't have died to that apple if I was playing on full screen, because at least I will be seeing what the fuck is going on. But here I just can't. Well, I mean I can, but it's everything is so little. It's just so little. I really want to switch back to full screen whenever I want, and something tells me I won't be able to do it because this scrolling level is probably the last one, and that save is probably also the last one of this stage. And if that happens, I need full screen to at least know what the hell I'm doing. And that will mean that I will have to fight the boss on full screen. I mean, not on full screen. On window. I think I say full screen wrong 2 times there. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I probably have to play window at least until I get out of this stage, which is gonna suck. Oh, I didn't even notice the apple. I mean, I noticed it, but I ignored it. Huh, my bad. See, things like that are not that usual when you're playing full screen, because you know exactly where you're going. I know that in your case it's the same shit, because I stretched the capture window on OBS so you can see it in the same size that you saw it in full screen. But to me, you know, it will be pretty funny, but I think it will be a good idea to to play from my OBS preview. As sad as that sounds, it might be the best idea, because the OBS preview doesn't give a shit about the original resolution. Yeah, that could be a good idea. The issue is that the OBS preview usually it usually doesn't go on full frame rate, because it's what it is. It's a preview. It's not really a real-time display of what's happening. Well, it is real-time, but I mean that it's not that precise. And where do I jump here? I feel like in any time that I'm gonna jump, I'm either gonna get hit by the up and down apple or by the 6 apples that are shrinking and enlarging. After that, I think I got pretty lucky because I did that the first try, but the movements that I did there were not something that are pretty easy to do. I feel like that was beginner's luck more than anything else. Okay, well, maybe not that much. Maybe you can manipulate it a little bit better than I expected. I did not expect to get hit by that. Wow. Just sick dodge. Yeah, sadly I couldn't sick dodge that last one. Though, speaking of sick, what's really sick is that the game expects me to do that last diagonal jump by baiting a trap. And it's right at the end. So the only way I have to practice it is by doing all this other shit before it. That's really fucked up. But whatever. We will see. We'll see what we can do. You know, it's funny because every time I think of a new fun game to play, when I'm searching for the fun game, I'm like, alright, I want this to be, you know, a fairly high difficulty for me, right? And then when I'm actually playing it, I'm like, you know, I could probably do with something a little bit easier. It's pretty funny. It's not like I think the difficulty for this game is bad or anything like that, or that it's too high for me, but, you know, what I'm trying to say is that after I'm done with this game, I probably will want to play a fun game that is a little bit easier. Because if I play another hard fun game after this, I mean, it's pretty easy to get tired. And again, the difficulty scoring for this game is apparently 66. 66 is, I mean, it can be a high number, but at the same time, compared to a lot of other games, this is nothing. You're too high for it? Maybe. Well, thankfully, the other game that I have planned seemed to be like that. Like a game that it's not as hard as this one. It's rated a little bit less. The only problem is that it doesn't have as many good reviews as this one, so I'm taking a gamble right there. Like, I'm definitely gambling. Because this game on Delicious Fruit has a rating of 9. Well, more than 9. I don't remember exactly how much, but more than 9. The other one that I plan on playing doesn't have such a favorable rating. It's not a bad rating, but definitely not as high as this one. That's what I can tell you. So it will be a gamble to play that game. Wow, get fucked. There we go. Hope you like that shit. Oh, okay. So we have at least a normal screen now. So I can probably put this back in full screen mode before the boss, because this is definitely the boss. So let's see. Oh, 2 platforms. Oh shit. Huh, a Koopa? Wait, is that called Lucky Tooth? Or something like that? Is that Lucky Tooth? It doesn't look like it. Is that Lucky Tooth or is it not Lucky Tooth? I can't decide. What I like about this is that the restart button is like it doesn't send you back to the save. It keeps you in the fight, so you don't have to listen to the beginning of the song every time. Wow, alright. Super Mario World. Do I remember Lucky Tooth looking a little bit different than this? He looks a little bit changed here. Also, first of all, let me switch back to full screen, because I won't be able to do something like this if I try to play like this. Yes, I know the display is looking like shit. Don't worry about it. I'm fixing that in a second. So the position is the position is no, not that one. This one. And the size is this and this. There we go. So back to normal. So I was asking earlier, Yami, is Game Maker, like Game Maker makes it hard for you to change to full screen or to rebind the keys? Because I was thinking that maybe the reason why the creator of this fun game didn't do such basic things is maybe because Game Maker doesn't give you the tools to do it. Is that the case, or is it just because the creator is a lazy fuck? Because it could be both. Zero Ranger didn't have any issues with full screen. Most popular engine doesn't have it. Yeah, but I mean, wasn't Domu made in this engine? I'm not sure, that's why I'm asking. But like, if other people could do it, why can't he? Unless it's not the same engine. In which case I stand corrected, but I'm not sure. And this Lucky 2 guy is more of a bitch than I remember it being in Super Mario Bros. The problem is that they bounce off each other. That's when I have to hit him. And Lucky 2 knows how to do that, Magu, huh? I don't know, U2 is the standard, the most popular engine from past. It doesn't do either of those by default. It also disables Numlock. Well, this one didn't disable Numlock. The interesting thing is that I have to disable Numlock myself, because otherwise my auto hotkey script doesn't work. But it doesn't do it by default. So you're telling me that I will have to deal with this bullshit on most fun games? Well, you already told me that, but that's pretty harsh. Like, why? He has more? Where that came from? Is it gonna be the same attack? I think it's gonna be the same attack. Yeah, that did look like the exact same attack. And this looks like the exact same attack too. Well, that's better for me. Okay, so here comes second phase. So what do you have? Oh shit. Oh, avoidance? You're gonna throw an avoidance at me? Alright. That's what you're gonna do. Tried to go to the left, but I didn't have too much of escape. Oh, I want to see this. How fucked up it gets. Could be worse. Okay, and that's where it ends. Okay. Having full screen rewindable controls is non-standard invention. Modern West game, yeah sure. East game, no. Okay. And that really sucks. Because it's like I was saying earlier, you already made the hardest part, which is making the whole game, right? Like, you know, having, for example, Lucky 2 sprite right here, right? That's already pretty hard, putting all the animations, setting up the hitboxes, programming the attack logic. You did the hard part already. So why can't you make something that should be as easy as enabling full screen? I know the engine doesn't have it by default, but I'm pretty sure that the engine didn't have a lot of things by default that they had to figure out by programming them in. So like something as basic as full screen, like you can't figure that one out? Like, come on. And I'm pretty sure the rebinding of keys should not be an issue at all either. That's why I don't get it. I mean, I'm pretty sure, as I say, that a lot of things that this game uses might not be considered standard on the engine. That they have to kinda think outside of the box to implement them. But they are there. But the most basic thing is not there. I don't know. Feels like laziness to me. It's more than ignorance. Because if it was ignorance, I could get behind that. I mean, sure, whatever. You don't know how to do it. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna judge you for that. But this screams laziness to me, not ignorance. Big contributing factor is also that each players have sheer resolution monitors. That's what I was talking about in a previous stream. That most of these games are probably made for Windows XP, because I'm pretty sure that, for example, a lot of Chinese people are probably still using technology that is pretty obsolete by now. I'm pretty sure a lot of Chinese people are still using Windows XP. And by using Windows XP, you probably have, like, you know, same reason why older games have the size of postage stamps. Like, you have to beg them to go over 800 and 600. Rank coming from the guy who says it's okay for soon to not have spell practice. See, I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth that I didn't say. I never say it was okay to not have spell practice. In fact, that's something that if you actually hear what I say, I'm constantly criticizing on Soon, and I'm calling him out for it like every single time. I'm saying that, you know, I wish every Toho game has spell practice. You know, Simu, I feel like when someone criticizes something you like, you stop listening to reason. Because again, if you hear what I say, you will know that that's absolutely false. I always criticize Soon by lacking that. So yeah, I don't know, bro. In the West, that shit is like 2 inches. That feeling is mutual. I don't get crazy when someone criticizes something I like. In fact, I think there is a difference here. See, I might get heated or something like that, but I never try to sound condescending when I say it. Every time I criticize something you like, I'm sorry, but you sound incredibly condescending to me. I always try not to sound condescending to anyone, especially when I disagree with them, because I know that a disagreement is something that is a little bit tough to carry on with, right? But I never try to sound condescending. But it seems like every time I criticize something you like, you always have that tone, that condescending tone that it's like you're starting, you're trying to start shit on purpose. That's the issue. Like, I can talk a lot of shit, right? And I do talk a lot of shit. But most of the times I don't try to piss people off. In fact, if I know that I'm pissing people off, I will try to drop the subject. Or, you know, say something to kind of calm the waters. A big fan of shitting on bad practice modes. Yeah, I know, Riemann is a big fan of that. This channel you get more shit for saying good stuff about something than for shitting on something. No, I mean, here's the thing. There are a lot of times that I say things that... Yeah, I do talk shit about things, but most of the times I try to do it on a shockingly matter. Again, if I know that someone is getting pissed off at something, I try to either drop it or try to change the tone. But I don't know. I feel like in your case, Simu, every time that I say something bad about something you like, instead of trying to refute it in a way that makes us want to reach an agreement, it just feels like you're trying to just stir shit up. And I don't like that. I mean, it's fine, I'm not, you know, I'm just telling you that. It's not like, you know, I'm gonna tell you to stop saying what you're saying. I'm just saying that I don't like that tone because it doesn't, you know, it just doesn't add to a healthy conversation. I feel, at least. I mean, if this was the first time, I would be like, alright, maybe he was just like, you know, was a little bit pissed, he didn't have a good day, but that's not the first time I hear that. And yes, I also understand. No, I know that the tone is hard to interpret through a checkbot. Well, a chatbot, not a checkbot. That's true, but you know, I feel like that's the tone I hear. I read. Well, not really. I'm not really putting words in your mouth. Maybe I'm misinterpreting you. Maybe that's what I'm doing. But I don't think I'm putting words. Anyways, it's alright. Don't worry about it. What's important is that I guess we agree to disagree. Though then again, I don't know what we agree to disagree, because there wasn't even an argument in the first place. Anyways, I think this boss almost made me freak out. Why? Why will this boss make you freak out? It's Lakitus. It's Lakitus an old struggle. Maybe you get PTSD from Super Mario. Well, I mean, Lucky 2 is kind of an asshole in every game he's in. Well, maybe except for Mario Kart, but you know, that's like a non-standard Mario game. So, I don't know if that counts. Is that why it makes you freak out? Or maybe because there is something that I haven't seen? Maybe it's because of something that I haven't seen. Well, I don't know what he's gonna have after this avoidance. Well, after the avoidance that he has when he reaches 40%. But something tells me that it's gonna be a pain in the ass if it made you freak out. Maybe you mean freak out in the good way, because you're a big fan of Lucky 2? I don't know. So, you know, after playing Super Mario Bros. The first one, I don't know how anyone can like Lucky 2. I mean, it's one of those enemies that not only he's a pain in the ass, but you never kill. He just goes away. He just runs away, well, flies away. He's in a cloud. But, well, I don't know. All I know is that it's pretty unpredictable to dodge this, whatever those shits are. I don't know their names. Because when they change directions when they hit each other. Like, and they hit each other multiple times, and sometimes they don't seem to change direction either. Like, for example, there, it's pretty unpredictable to know where that shit is gonna switch, or with what intensity. I'm not sure. Well, whatever the case is, I don't give a shit. Because whatever the case is, I have to dodge shit. I also wonder where this song is from, because this song is definitely not from Super Mario, that's what I can tell you. Or maybe it is from Super Mario, but I don't think it is. Is it from Super Mario? I don't think it is from Super Mario. Wow, I couldn't do anything there. Was right at the border of the platform. Was either falling to the abyss or getting killed by these shits, whatever they are. The interesting thing is that they have like the spikes that they have are like bloody spikes. Makes it even more fucked up. Also, the OBS message that say that it will reconnect disappear. I wonder if that means something, because it was there for a pretty long time, and all of a sudden it's gone. Well, that should be a good thing. Also, he has a shit ton of iframes. Let me see. OBS Nah, OBS is fine. OBS is totally fine. For now. See, right there, I couldn't predict that he was gonna turn to the right. It's pretty hard, especially when they spawn on the same place like that. Or rather, when one of these spawns in on top of another one. And also trying to remember that he aims at you there might be complicated too. Hey Thundit, how is it going? I'm fighting my old friend Lucky too. And when I say friend, well, you know. More of a foe than a friend, but... Hey, at least differently from Super Mario, I can actually kick his ass here. Well, I hope. Is this game pretty long? It's supposed to be pretty long, yes. I mean, this is the third world of 4. So, yeah, I guess you can say it's long. You perfected Kagero on Lunatic, man. Congratulations. Sadly, I can't perfect this. I wish I perfected it. And the dumbest part about this is that the patterns look pretty simple. Like he's just throwing whatever those things are, and that's it. It seems like that's enough to get me killed. Hardest stage 3 boss. Well, that's something that I always said. Well, no, I actually say that Doremi is the hardest stage 3 boss. But both of them are a pain in the ass. Say that it's harder than Doremi. It's a pretty RNG boss. In all honesty, the amount of RNG that goes into those spell curses. Well, if it only was the RNG, it wouldn't be a problem. The issue is that the bullet density for a stage 3 boss is just exaggerated. Actually, I like the boss. Yeah, I mean, I really don't. But, you know, I feel like Kagero is one of those things that really keeps me from playing that game. It's been a long time since I played Touhou 14. I really feel that Kagero is one of those things that single-handedly keeps me from playing that game. Well, maybe the Tsukumo sisters a little bit too, but it's mostly Kagero. If it wasn't for Kagero, I guess my will to play that game will be a little bit higher, but yeah, it's a problem. she doesn't fly all over on all the upper half of the screen like Hibachi does. I think that's even worse, because the fact that she moves all over the place makes it really hard to do anything. I don't think I should be dodging from below here. I think I should be dodging from above and then go below when he shoots the apple. Wow, they got stuck in the middle. And this shit is a little bit busted, I gotta say. And not busted in the sense that it's strong, it's busted in the sense that it seems to be a little bit broken. Like when the enemies collide, a lot of times they don't move in predictable directions. But yeah, it's a little bit of a problem. Kagero. Trying to remember that that's gonna happen is a little bit hard for my memory. It's a little bit too taxing on my memory. Yes, that guy is Riemann, by the way. That guy that you see right there, Silver Star, is Riemann. I mean, the fact that the only shit he does is talking about Dodonpachi should be a dead giveaway. I mean, I don't think anyone else talks as much as him about fucking Dodonpachi. So yeah. Well, in my case, it's because I already knew that nickname was what he uses on Discord. But even if I didn't know that, well, if I didn't know that, the VIP emblem will give it away anyways. But even if all of those things were not enough, yeah, the Dodonpachi talk is definitely a giveaway. Wait, speaking of cave, isn't this a cave song? Maybe not, but... no, probably not, but... that last section, that last part at the end reminded me of a cave song, but I don't know if it is, it probably isn't. That was a bad... oh wow, I didn't even hit him, nice. So we're gonna have this attack again, but I wonder if by doing that I can farm damage, or if he's only gonna let himself get hit once, cause I have no idea what's gonna happen. Okay, so that's the second phase, but is he gonna do it right away? No. So you can actually farm damage. Obviously, when I say farm damage, you can't kill him. He's still gonna do the avoidance, but so yeah. I don't think it's worth it to bait it if you're not gonna be able to hit him afterwards. Then again, I don't even know what to expect after the avoidance. So maybe if the pattern that comes after the avoidance is really fucked up, maybe farming him will be a good idea. Like, I mean farming the damage. Or maybe not. Oh, I didn't even see that one. Huh. Also, speaking of Danmaku games, you probably, you know, Strikers 1945 is releasing on Steam Thundit, so maybe you're gonna be interested in that one. I mean, the downside for that one is that it's gonna be, you know, it's one of those games where the hitbox is huge, but the game is a proper Danmaku game, so check it out. Yeah, that's the only issue that I have with that game. The hitboxes are too damn big for anything that's happening. If it was only a shoot 'em up, like a normal shoot 'em up that only has some bullets on the screen, that will be pretty interesting, because, you know, the big hitbox wouldn't be that bad, but it's an actual Danmaku game, so the big hitbox is like, what the fuck. I guess that's part of the charm. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. And I hate that apple, and the worst part is that I want to go down just so I can dodge that better, but those other pieces of shit are stuck down there, so I can't even go down. See, I can't go down there. Those shitheads are in the bottom platform. Did that hit him? Yeah, it hit him. I like how he's so hype about throwing these turtles. How the fuck are these turtles called, by the way? Because I know they have a name, but I don't know it. Pretty sure Mario fans should definitely know it, right? I mean, can I call them turtles with spikes? That's pretty much what they are. It's pretty interesting that I haven't been able to get back to the avoidance for a long time. You say that you don't like DDC that much. No, I say that I don't wanna play DDC because of Kagero. I mean, DDC is not even one of my favorites or even close to that, but still I like it for what it is. It's just that whenever I think that I want to play it, I remember things like Kagero. Not the only thing that I remember. I also remember the way the autocollect works, and that immediately turns me off to play the game. But it's not a bad game or a game that I dislike, it's just that I don't feel like playing it most of the times. Wow. How well do you usually do on Kagero? I do as well as bombing in probably every spell card. And if I don't bomb in a spell card, I probably die. So yeah, that's how well I do on Kagero. The non-spells depend which one. Some of them are better than others. Man, are you seeing this bullshit? What is this bullshit? Look at this trash. Couldn't you have made a funkier mechanic than this one? Like, Jesus Christ. The hit detection is all over the place there. And when I say hit detection, I don't mean against me, I mean against themselves. What the fuck is that? And that's not rare, that's the worst part. Having movement that is unpredictable because the collision doesn't match, it's something that is pretty common on this boss fight. Whatever. Fuck you, Lucky 2. I mean, if I already hated you, this fight is making me hating you even more. So yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. If it just work, I will be like, alright. The problem is that it doesn't. That's the issue. Fucking Lucky 2. The bugs work, yeah. The bugs are definitely doing fine. Then again, is it really a bug? Maybe the creator intended for the trajectory of the enemies to be as unpredictable as possible, to add difficulty. Because I mean, a lot of times it's really hard to see if one of these turtles is supposed to go to the left or to the right. So maybe it's made on purpose, I don't know. What I do know is that it's a fucking pain in the ass. Boom. Alright, so here comes the avoidance. The issue with this avoidance is that... Well, the issue is that... Well, I was gonna say something, but... The only issue with this avoidance is that it's a little bit hard. There is no specific issue here. It's just hard. Well, I guess I gotta step it up. What about Lucky? Lucky what? Lucky Chloe? I'm just kidding. Not Lucky Chloe. I say Lucky. You probably heard me saying Lucky Tooth. It's the name of this fuckface right here. Apparently he's supposed to be called Lucky Tooth. Or something like that. You know, it's the guy that in Super Mario is always riding a cloud like a dumbass and throwing shit. Basically what he's doing here. So, yeah. Yeah, I guess it's a pretty good representation of Lucky Tooth, if you ask me. Reminded me of the I Wanna Be the Lucky games. I don't know if I'm interested with a name like that. They wanna be lucky, huh? That almost fucked me up too, dude. Ooh. Left, right, left, right. I still hit avoidances that are a few seconds lock but are basically 100% look. Took a good avoidance player 10 hours to do one of them. Yeah. You know, I'm honestly kinda disappointed with avoidances in general. Cause I expected avoidances to be like survival patterns on Toho, but they are actually just, you know, things that you gotta memorize. It's like playing a song in a reading game. I mean, I'm not saying that that's the case every time. I'm saying that all of the cases that I've seen are like that. Which again doesn't mean that everything is like that. Yeah, I know, again, not every single one is like that. But that's the thing. Most of the ones, and pretty much every one that I've seen, is about memorization. And I'm not really interested in that. So I'm a little bit disappointed because I thought avoidance was really gonna be more like a Toho pattern. But it's not. So whatever. It is what it is. A long inner avoidance. Yeah, but you know, something being complete RNG doesn't mean... Okay, here's the thing. When I say memorize, I don't only mean pure memorization. I also mean patterns that are impossible to dodge. Or close to impossible to dodge without knowing exactly what the attack is about. You know, what people like calling insta-gives. So, you know, something having RNG or not doesn't mean that it's gonna have one of those insta-gives that I dislike so much. Okay, that works. So here comes the avoidance again. I really don't know what's the best place to dodge it. I feel like if I do it from the middle, I'm gonna get fucked even worse than from the corner. Since obviously that's a lot closer here. But it might be easier to notice. Maybe not. Maybe this was a bad idea. Okay, this was a bad idea. Probably. Wow, it speeds up. I can't get out of this corner. Okay. Okay. I don't like that. That's what I get for staying on the lower platform for no reason. Fuck. Technically first try a lot of long inner avoidances. I don't know. I will have to check it out. You know, before doing any of that, I actually have to beat this game. And it's looking a little bit hard right now, you know. What do you think about my avoidance compared to some others? I mean, your avoidance is hard. That's what I think. But then again, so are most of the avoidances. The difference is that your avoidance has a dot hitbox, while most avoidances have the full hitbox. So that's something that I appreciate. But yeah, I gotta say that in general, I just don't really prefer avoidances. Like, it really feels like the only thing for me are adventure games. I don't like neither avoidances or needle. So I think I'm just gonna stick to adventure games. No, it's fine. I prefer to not have suggestions. I think I'd rather find the games on my own, looking with, my own filters, cause I feel like that's gonna be better. I mean, it's gonna be better not necessarily because I'm gonna find better games. No, it's because I'm gonna find games that are better suited for what I like. That's it. So yeah, I prefer to get the games myself. I mean, at least so far I've done a good job by picking Domu and this game. So, wow, that was bad. Man, this attack, it's a little bit hard. Just know that the genre of dot hitbox avoidances. Oh, there is a genre. Yeah, I know. But I really, I feel like beating that Nogar avoidance. I wanna left 0 because I like the song. But other than that, I really don't feel like doing avoidances. Like, again, if I do anything I wanna be the guy, it's gonna be adventure games. I'm not really interested in avoidance or needle. It's just too much for me. I might look like the kind of person that enjoys tryharding something, and that is true to some extent, but if it's too hard, I don't really feel like tryharding something that is unbelievably hard. And most of the... Well, it's not even about being hard. See, for example, needle games, there are needle games that are easy for sure, but I don't feel... They are not fun to me. That's the thing. They are just not fun. And I feel like the charm that adventure games have is something that cannot be underestimated, and it's a charm that I haven't seen in needle games or avoidances. So I just want to keep playing adventure games. The problem will be when I actually run out of good adventure games to play, but that's gonna be not anytime soon, that's for sure. So I don't have to worry about that yet. Enjoy actual shoot 'em ups more than avoidances. Needle is still like to play as its own platforming experience. Yeah, I know, basically I probably will never run out of adventure games to play, mostly because they are so long to beat that it's not even about how much they are, but how long I'm gonna take to beat them, right? That's the real issue. New games are always coming out. Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm not talking about literally every single adventure game that exists. If I play an adventure game, it's gonna be an adventure game that I like. I mean, there has already been an adventure game that I played that I had to stop playing because I personally thought, again, nothing objective, something completely subjective, I thought that it was trash. So, you know, it's not like, I mean, good games. Yeah, but obviously those are harder to find than, you know, either mediocre or just bad games. But yeah. And there is also the thing that even games that are considered good by many people might not be games that I like either. That's already something to keep in mind, right? Well, the same applies in the other way, right? The same applies when it comes to games that I like but are generally agreed to not be that good. Like, for example, the original I Wanna Be the Guy game, that for a lot of people is not that good of a game, and to me it's amazing. So it applies on both ways. Yeah, I'm also sure that there is probably a lot of fun games that I'm gonna like, but I'm also pretty sure that the amount of fun games that I'm not gonna like is way bigger. So yeah, I have to search with I have to search carefully. Really have to search carefully. Man, this boss fight is just destroying me. The worst part is that it really doesn't look hard. You look at this shit and you're like, how can you die to this? Yeah, I also don't understand how I'm dying to this so much. It's probably because of the shitty ass apple. I think the apple is the one that has been killing me the most so far. But unless you're in the bottom, it's pretty hard to avoid. But if you're in the bottom, what's hard to avoid are the fucking turtles. That's the issue. So I guess I'm just gonna... Well, that's what I say. If I go down just to dodge the apple, I'm gonna get killed by the fucking turtles. Then why do you have to shoot that apple? The worst part is that the apple is also RNG. Like, he shoots it in some place on the screen, but it's not aimed. He could shoot it right next to you or right in the opposite side of the screen. It's really fucked up. If I don't get an unlucky apple... Okay, I didn't get an unlucky apple there, I just fucked up. People look at Toho patterns that aren't even hard. Yeah, but that's gonna happen always, I mean... People... Dude! These trajectory things are gonna destroy my soul more than it's already destroyed. Jesus Christ. It's such an obnoxious mechanic that the turtles are gonna bounce against each other. It's just so obnoxious. Now this is definitely a fight that is pretty RNG dependent. But I don't think that's a good excuse. I just feel like, you know, has a lot to do with the unpredictable, well, with how unpredictable the turtles are when they bump to each other. I think that's the primary issue here. Oh, well, not only when they bump to each other, when they land, you don't know if they are gonna go left or right. You can't even... Whatever. It's okay. Wow, I got pretty lucky there. Pretty unlucky and lucky at the same time. Ooh, I barely hit him there. Okay, I got unlucky there with the apples. Been studying some Toho music to see how I could make my own music better. Yeah, I think that's a good start. Might be indeed a good start. Well, that was also pretty lucky. It's pretty fucked up what the range of this attack is. Some apples fly so far away and some other apples just don't, like, barely even move. It's so fucked up. Are your thoughts on Seisha in DDC? I don't know. She's a boss, a gimmick boss, but I don't really mind. I mean, she is what she is. I mean, I would probably prefer other stage 5 fight, but I will give it points for originality. It's a pretty original fight. But other than that, yeah, it's just a gimmick boss. Not my favorite, honestly. And there are a lot of the stage 5 just gimmicks. No, not really. I mean, the thing is, see, here's the thing. A lot of people think that the time stopping from Sakuya is a gimmick. Well, you can call it a gimmick, but that's not what I mean when I say gimmick. When I say gimmick, I mean something that is completely anti-natural for the normal flow of the game. Stopping time, you can say that it's anti-natural, but the Danmaku itself is not changed that much. Like, it's really not changed that much. Well, Raisin could be gimmicky, but then again, the gimmick works on your favor. So, yeah, it is a gimmick, but I don't know, I don't really think that Danmaku changes that much. Seisha's gimmick is something that you have to get used to. While with Sakuya and Raisin, it's not about getting used to any gimmick, it's just learning the fight, just like any other fight. With Seisha, you have to purposely get used to the gimmick, because otherwise you're gonna die. So that's what I mean by gimmick. You know, Yomu will be pretty close to that sort of gimmick. Because that time stop that Yomu uses is something that if you don't get used to can be pretty deadly. Kagero gimmick is getting walled. It's a pretty strong gimmick, honestly. It is indeed a pretty strong gimmick. But most of the stage 5s are really... I mean, their gimmick is just something that looks original to the rest of the game. It's not really what I would call a gimmick. Seisha is kinda like an extra stage, I would say. A short extra stage. But like Seisha's design, Danmaku-wise, is definitely the one of an extra stage. She will be pretty fitting for an extra boss fight. In fact, she will probably be more fitting than Raiko, as much as I like the Raiko boss fight. Raiko will probably do a better job at being a stage 5 boss. And then Seisha being the extra boss because, you know, you have to beat her ass. But at the same time you stop the incident by defeating Shimiomaru, so it's... I would say Seisha instead of Raiko being an extra boss would not have been a bad idea. It will also give Raiko more relevance as a whole, because you could maybe say something like she's the strongest Tsukumogami or some shit like that. Instead, right now she's just like a character that happens to be there because, you know, it's a secondary consequence of the incident. Wait, something weird just happened. Wait a second. Is the stream still up? Like, are you listening to what I say? What the fuck just happened? Oh. Yes, okay. That was weird. It's like, I don't know if the lights went out for a little bit. Maybe it was just my imagination. Maybe it was just my imagination. Yeah, it's up. Alright, thanks. It was weird. Something weird happened. Because my mouse, like, resetted. Like, the lights on my mouse resetted. I'm like, I didn't even unplug you. Wasn't even close to your cord. Yeah, Raiko's fight is fun. But I still feel like Raiko being an extra boss really hurts her a lot, because in terms of relevance, she's not relevant at all. She's just a drum that happens to be alive and didn't do shit for the story. But if she was like the stage 5 boss, she will, as I said, at least will be like the general that is leading the revolution or some shit like that. And at the same time, Seisha being an extra boss doesn't mean that she's gonna stop being relevant, because she's actually the actual culprit, right? So yeah, but you know, like the fact that Raikou is an extra boss because I like the fight. Alright, there we go. So now, am I gonna be able to beat this avoidance again? That's the real question, because this avoidance really seems pretty hard to react to. Especially because it seems to be pretty easy to get walled. Well, not literally walled, but I mean, it seems to be pretty easy to get a lot of apples that force you to do some pretty wild movements. So those things explode and become that, and he keeps throwing more shit. I know that. I wonder what he's gonna do after this. Are you gonna do literally the same shit, just with different platforms? And it worked. Nice. What do you think about Shimio Maru? I don't know. I like her as a boss. She's a pretty good boss. Yeah, I really like her as a boss. The problem is that most of the times I really haven't had the chance to fight against Shinmyo Maru, because usually I die way before Shinmyo Maru. So most of the times I don't even get the chance, but when I do get the chance, yeah, she's a pretty good boss. She's a pretty good boss. I will say that it's pretty close to being one of my... Like, I would say that she's like my top 5 final boss. Like, inside of the top 5. I think. But yeah, sadly most of the times I get killed way before the Shinmyo Maru fight. So most of the times I cannot even appreciate her. Alright, so here comes the avoidance again. I really don't like this avoidance. It's also, I don't know, despite the fact that I like it or not, it seems pretty out of place, because it has nothing to do with this fuck, with this lucky to fuck. It's just there. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be hard. I don't know, maybe I'm not paying enough attention, but it seems like it's a pretty RNG based avoidance. And sometimes it's pretty hard to dodge in between the apples that get in your way. See, that's being an asshole. That's being a fucking asshole right there. Like, how can you be so fucking cheap? That's pure RNG, by the way. That apple could have landed anywhere else on the screen, but it decided to land right there. And that's the thing, usually to dodge that apple you would like to go down to the bottom platform, but the issue is you can't because the other fucks are down there. And since they get stuck in like against each other like that, it's pretty hard to even be there. Because they act like permanent spikes. It's just crazy. Oh, I'm gonna get killed. I don't like this fight. I really don't like this fight. And I think, again, the most frustrating part about this fight is that it looks easy. If this fight looked hard, I will be like, well, hey, at least I'm getting killed by something that looks cool, something that looks intimidating. This shit doesn't even look intimidating. I mean, it's pretty hard to look intimidating when the fucking boss is lucky to, out of every other boss available, is this shithead. Whatever. It's alright. We're gonna get it eventually. Eventually. Disappointed that is no Rugal, of course. See, we could have Rugal as a boss, and I don't see any Rugal here. Hey, Thundit, since it seems that you know a lot about fun games, is there a fun game that has Rugal as a boss? For context, Rugal is the final boss of KOF 94, 95, 98 and 2002. Is there any boss in an I Wanna Be The Guy fun game that is about Rugal? Because if there is, I gotta play that game as soon as possible. It's a moral obligation, I will say. Okay, are you gonna do the same shit? You are gonna do the same shit. I'm actually a little bit surprised that you are choosing to do... Oh, I can't believe what just happened. Well, I still got killed there, so it wouldn't have even mattered. But Jesus Christ. Though, I think that gives me an idea. Though I don't think the fight gets any harder because of that, but I can actually farm damage right here. Well, I mean, as long as I don't get killed by some random ass spike. I don't know if it really is gonna be... Nah, I don't think it's gonna be that good of an idea, because the fight doesn't really get that much harder on that last phase when I have to hit him. So I don't think it's really that good of an idea. I was thinking of, you know, you can basically, when he appears from below like that, you can avoid hitting him once, and that way he's not gonna trigger the second phase, because in order to trigger the second phase he has to get hit 6 times. So you can hit him 5 times, and when he goes up again you hit him other 3 times, so he will have 8 hits on total when the last phase comes up. What's the issue with that? The issue is that you're wasting time, but here's the thing, you're wasting time because if you die on the avoidance, you basically wasted all that time for nothing. But, you know, at the same time, if you are able to beat the avoidance and everything, there is still a lot of hard things that you're still gonna have to dodge. So it's not gonna change that much. I don't think it's that good of a strategy. Yeah, I definitely don't think it's a good strategy. So I'm just gonna enter on... Well, I guess I'm not gonna enter on the second phase. Damn. I wonder if Thundit is now researching if there is an I Wanna Be The Guy fun game that has Rugal in it. That will be pretty nice. But then again, not many people know who the fuck Rugal is. Yeah, I mean, King of Fighter fans know him. That's about it. He really is one of those characters that sadly didn't got that popular outside of that. Well, it doesn't help that he didn't appear anywhere outside of King of Fighters and, you know, Capcom vs SNK. Rugal. I wonder what nationality Rugal is. Because in King of Fighters, everyone has a nationality, right? I mean, the whole point of King of Fighters is that fighters from all over the world fight each other in a tournament. And usually you know where each of them is from, right? But I don't think I remember Rugal mentioning where he is from. I will have to check that trivia out. I mean, his last name is Bernstein, or Bernstein, I don't know. I think it's Bernstein. And I don't know what that sounds like. Oh no, I fell. Damn it. I fell down that platform. I also can't believe I was so close to defeating him. But then again, I also think to myself, is that the end? Because with this kind of fights, you never know. Even if the hell bar is gone, you never know when they are gonna come back from the dead. Wiki says possible Sherman. Yeah, I also kind of thought that he was Sherman, but I'm not sure. I mean, he definitely has the characteristics, but... So it's not confirmed. It's one of the only characters that doesn't have a confirmed nationality. That's pretty interesting. Because pretty much everyone has a confirmed nationality in King of Fighters. Well, I'm assuming him being the final boss kinda makes him... Well, when you think about it, every final boss from King of Fighters doesn't really have a nationality that is known. Because Rugal is like, well, you say possibly Sherman, but it's not confirmed. Then you have Gaines, which I don't even know if he's supposed to even be human. Then you have Orochi, which, well, Orochi is pretty much just Chris. I don't know what nationality Chris is supposed to be, if he even has one. And then everyone in the Nest saga is also pretty questionable too. Well, I mean, most of them, funnily enough, most of them are clones or just bioweapons or some shit like that. So yeah, I guess having nationality is a little bit hard for a final boss. It's one of the final boss's struggles. Nice. Well, funnily enough, the strategy that I was talking about... Okay, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Don't mind what I should say. Strategy, what's that? Someone said strategy? I'm also, hey, if someone has enough free time to look this up, I want to know two things. First of all, what was Miku's song from yesterday? You know that avoidance that had Miku there? How is that song called? That's the first question. And the second question is, what's this song called? And where is it from? Yeah, those are my questions. If anyone has enough free time to look them up, I will appreciate it. Because the issue is, if I look it up myself, I'm gonna get spoiled. Because if I look at the credits on this game, I'm gonna get spoiled everything that comes afterwards. But the issue is that I don't want to wait until I beat the game to know where this song is from, because when I beat the game, I'm probably gonna forget that this boss fights even exist in the first place. So yeah, that's gonna be an issue. Honestly, I tried to guess where this song is from, but it's impossible. This song could fit in any game. This song could definitely fit in any game. At first I'd say that it might have been from a cave game, but that's mostly because both Riemann and Thunder were talking about them, so I was like, this kinda sounds like a cave game. But when you really try to think about it, this sounds like any game's music. This could be in every single game in existence and it will be fitting. Wow, that really fucked me up. I will be surprised if this is from Super Mario. Because, you know, the race and fight, obviously her theme was her original theme from Touhou 8. I'm pretty sure this isn't any theme from Super Mario. I will be surprised, honestly, if Super Mario has music like this. It will actually make me want to play the games a lot more. Yeah, but there's no fucking way this is from Super Mario, right? I mean, the hardest Super Mario songs, like, you know, the most intense Super Mario song usually have like an orchestra behind, right? Like, they probably play the violin or like the whatever instrument that plays on an orchestra. So yeah, I don't think this will be fitting from a Mario game. Jesus Christ. I really feel stupid every time I die to this boss. Every death feels so stupid. Again, that's what I don't like about it. Like the deaths in this boss fight really make me feel bad because they make me feel like an idiot. Like, how you're gonna die to these fucking turtles moving at the speed of, well, a turtle. Or how are you gonna die to a single apple that explodes into not so many apples? Because, you know, dying to a fight like the raisin fight, you know, you really could see that the patterns were hard. It's not like you just died to something that was you know, some easy attack or some shit like that. Ooh, okay, I survived that. Whew. Okay. Turtles. Man, you know, I really want to beat this boss today. But I feel like I really will have to leave it for the next stream. And the worst part is that I was right there. I really was right there. Like, if I haven't fucked up on that last attack, but then again, I don't even know how easy it is to do that last attack. Because even if it's literally the same attack that he does here to get hit, it's way different because of the platform. So when you try to redirect one of the attacks like this, so here it might be easier because you're jumping from top platform to top platform usually, but on the other one the top platforms are pretty far from each other, so you will have to step onto the lower platform, and that can really fuck you up. So it's an issue. And then he... Composure. Stay composed. It's alright, bro. Or are you gonna get angry at Lucky too? He's not even a human. Come on, bro. Are you gonna get angry at a turtle riding a cloud? You can get angry at that. This motherfucker is not even fighting by himself. He sends his shitty ass minions to do the dirty show. So how can you get angry at a sorry ass piece of shit like this? Don't let the sodium enter your system. That's the worst part, dying at that attack, because literally the only thing you gotta do on that attack is move. I mean, you can die to that attack, but it will be understandable if you die to the apples. What's not understandable is dying to the moron itself. Because really the only thing you gotta do is move. Just move out of there. That's why I hate this fight. Every attack looks so simple and yet I keep dying to it. Every attack looks so basic, so inoffensive. And yet I'm here retrying like a dumbass because I just can't do it. I guess frustrating is the right word. It's a frustrating fight. Because I can't even say that it's bullshit or that it's extremely hard or anything like that. It's just frustrating. I really can't say anything bad about the patterns themselves. Well, other than the fact that these things are unpredictable when they touch each other and also when they touch the ground. I could talk shit about that, but other than that, it's a fight that seems to be pretty fair. It's just that I feel like it's frustrating to play. Those are the worst, because if I could talk shit about the fight, at least I could justify being salty at it. Because I will blame, I don't know, the RNG, or I will blame a pattern being extremely bullshit, or I could blame something like this. Here, there's no one to blame but myself. That makes it extra frustrating. Whatever. I'm sure we're gonna get it eventually. Well, then again, I could blame it on the RNG, but it's not like the RNG makes it impossible to dodge. It just makes the patterns harder or easier. But both, in any case, they are reactable. So yeah, complaining about the RNG is not really a valid complaint here. I mean, sure, this has a shit ton of RNG. So what? You can react to it. Well, then again, I'm not sure if this is RNG or static. It might be static and I'm here like a moron trying to dodge shit differently every single time. But I think it is RNG. The thing about this is that he drops the apple from a way higher place, so it's a lot easier to dodge. So there is that. That was so stupidly close. Damn, wait a second. Hold up. I didn't die there because I wasn't moving. I died there because he didn't give a shit. What was that? So that's the same way I died the last time, but I thought that the last time I fucked up. But here I'm pretty sure I did not fuck up. I'm pretty sure I was doing the same thing that I did for the previous two attacks. And I still got hit. So it wasn't my imagination the first time I died to that. Got hit by apples? No, I got hit by this piece of shit that you're seeing on the screen. Who is it going, Yannick? Yeah, Lucky 2 is being a bitch. which honestly is hardly newsworthy, honestly. I mean, he's a bitch in every game he appears, so, you know. Him being a bitch here is not a surprise. Though, I'm a little bit surprised, because wasn't Lucky 2 supposed to use a shell? I don't see him using any shell here. Is this really Lucky 2? Or is this like a, I don't know, a cousin of him, or like a brother that is called something else? Because I'm pretty sure that Lucky 2 had a shell, and here I see no shell. Because he's supposed to be like a Koopa, if I'm not mistaken. Been getting all the POFB endings on easy. On easy? Why on easy though? I mean, I understand Lunatic being hard, but why didn't you get them on normal? I mean, I don't mind, but it's weird that after playing Lunatic you go all the way to easy. That has to be Lucky 2. I mean, that's what I've been saying. I've been calling this guy Lucky 2. But I don't know. Maybe he has a brother that is called something else. But I'm gonna assume it's Lucky 2 because it's more fun to talk shit about Lucky 2 than some other sorry ass character that I don't know about. It is Lucky 2? Okay. Well, I guess that makes it easier for me to talk shit about this. Yeah, I know, you say that it's from Super Mario World, but he looks pretty different from his other iterations. Like, I don't remember the Lucky 2 from Super Mario look like that. I remember him having like a shell. And I also remember Lucky 2 from Mario Kart also having a shell. But this guy doesn't seem to have it. Maybe this was when he was a little brat, he didn't even have a shell. Easy to unlock characters. Let's see. Well. Also, Yami, you still didn't tell me why you freak out when you saw this fight. What happened that freaked you out? Like, I've been having that on my head all this time, but you haven't answered. It's a bit more obvious if you kill him in Super Mario World. Can see his body. I see. I guess the sprite might not be the most intuitive thing to look at. I can't remember, just remember making me angry. Well, as I was saying earlier, it is a frustrating fight because every attack looks so easy, but it's like it's not really that easy. But at the same time you feel like an idiot because they are not hard looking patterns. So it's like you are dying to a pattern that is supposedly easy, makes you look even more like an idiot. Because obviously dying no matter what is frustrating, but dying to an attack that looks easy is way more frustrating. And every one of the attacks of this motherfucker look easy, well, maybe except for the avoidance. I can admit that the avoidance doesn't look that easy. But every other attack that he has looks so easy to dodge, and yet I'm still here retrying. Oh yeah. Maybe that's why you freak out, because it's a frustrating fight. Again, not necessarily harsh, just frustrating. They are two different things. Well, it can also be about the insane amount of RNG that this fight has. Like, the RNG in this fight is really big. Again, as I said before, it might be big, but you can still react to the RNG. So I'm grateful for that at least. But yeah, this fight has a shit ton of RNG. Well, now that you're telling me that it makes you angry, I feel a little bit more relieved. Because I thought I was a dumbass for getting frustrated about this fuckface, but... it doesn't help that he's... well, as I mentioned multiple times already, he's motherfucking lucky too. If you were at least getting killed by a threatening looking opponent, well... then again, the first two bosses were apples with a face, so okay, never mind. Maybe that's not a valid argument. I'm pretty sad, because it really feels like I will have to leave this fight for tomorrow, and I don't want to leave this fight for tomorrow. I mean, I know that I can beat it, that's not the issue. The issue is that I wanted to beat it today so I can fully focus on the next zone, which is the 8-bit world, or well, 8-bit dungeon I think it's called. It sounds interesting, I gotta tell you that. It sounds pretty interesting. But... yeah, I wanted to play that at least tomorrow, and I probably will play it tomorrow because I don't think this motherfucker is gonna cost me multiple streams. But it's still a little bit frustrating. I didn't want a boss like that to extend so much. Whatever. It is what it is. Ooh, I almost fell to the bottom platform. It's still insane, the amount of turtles that remain on the lower platform. It's really insane. Did I hit him there? I think I missed him, funnily enough. I can't tell because the health bar fucking sucks, but I think I didn't hit him. That might, or okay, it doesn't matter now. I guess I'm gonna give it 3 more tries. Give me 3 more tries, including this one, and we will see what to do. Well, I mean, I will stop the stream, that's what I meant to say, and continue tomorrow. Wow, that was pretty close. That's so fucking stupid. Look at what they are doing down there, dude. And then it switches. Okay, 1 try. That's the first try. How did I... okay, that didn't make sense. How did I not hit him there? I need to watch the repetition for that because I feel like it didn't make any sense. Did I really miss him? Like, was I unlucky enough to miss him there? Because I can't believe I missed that. If I miss him, I whatever. And that really is getting unlucky, because the chances that he gets in between two of my shots are pretty low. Like, pretty low. Maybe I wasn't spamming fast enough, but I don't want to spam fast. I'm not good at doing that. Okay, last try for the day. Last try for the day. Alright, fuck this boss, fuck Lucky 2, and, you know, fuck this stream. Now, I'm just kidding about that last one. Anyways, I'm gonna continue this on the next stream because if I keep doing this, it's not gonna be healthy for my mental health, I can tell you that. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it for tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow I will be able to do something that resembles a boss kill, because Jesus Christ, dude. Now I understand why Yami was so frustrated about this fucking boss. But yeah, anyways. Thanks everyone a lot for watching. I'm gonna be seeing you, and wow. Yes, the beautiful hotkey. Fuck you, hotkey. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I'll see you on the next stream with more I Wanna Be the Metamorphosis. So have a good one and take care, everyone.